was originally going to make a video analyzing gameplay from the top ranked players, assuming some of the top ranked players used modern controls, but all the top ranked players use classic controls. So I figured instead I'd study the top ranked classic players and see what tips and strategies I could steal from them to help you play more like the pros with modern controls. Some of you may have seen my modern controls combo tutorials already. For those of you who haven't, I'll put a link near the top of the screen. They're pretty good if I do say so myself. Yes, thank you, you're too kind. But combos aren't the only thing we need in order to play like the pros. The highest ranked players don't win because they do fancy combos that we can't do on modern. As you can see from the footage, we can pull off the same combos that they can. But there's a universal skill that top ranked classic players are great at that we can learn from and apply to our modern gameplay, and that's how to play neutral. I'm going to focus on 4 key aspects of neutral that beginners can learn from: anti-airs, spacing, buffering, and playing on the grid stage. Apparently playing on the grid stage gives you special powers or something in the game, and maybe that's why all the top ranked players constantly play on the grid. I haven't quite figured that bit out yet, but let's talk about the bit that I have figured out. Anti-airs. After watching tons of top ranked players replay footage, I can tell you that they all have fairly consistent anti-airs. If you anti-air consistently, most players will stop jumping at you so much and you'll force them to play the ground game. Just look at how spooked that Bison player was to jump again after Guile hit him with that one anti-air flash kick. Oftentimes just the threat of another anti-air is enough to keep people from jumping at you again, but you have to show them that you have it first, and that's exactly what this Guile player did at the start of the match. He hit him with that anti-air flash kick the first time Bison jumped, and Bison never jumped again. Anti-airing is so important for shaping how neutral plays out. Your ability to anti-air determines whether your opponent can get away with just holding up against you all day in neutral, or if you've got them shook enough to where they want to stay grounded for the duration of the match. And with the power of modern controls, we can react and anti-air a bit easier than classic players because we have a special button. And for the few characters that don't have an anti-air special move, I think that's Dhalsim, Marisa, JP and Bison. Dhalsim has his back medium, Marisa, JP and Bison each have their down heavies. So regardless of the character that you pick, with modern controls, we don't have to do motion inputs in order to anti-air effectively. Now I'm going to give you guys a tip for how you can practice anti-airs. I like to practice anti-airs through the replay system. So you just go into one of your replays and start watching it, and as soon as you see a moment where you've missed an anti-air, pause the replay, restart the round, and then take control of your character when you get back to that moment where you've missed the replay before. That's what I'm doing here. You pause, restart the round. I'm going to forward past the beginning of the round again and just get back to that moment. And here is where I anti-air, and then the next one is where I miss. So I pause again, take control of my character, and I try 2 different anti-air techniques: drive rush back heavy and step forward Riendu. So if you play a match where your opponent's jumping around a lot, go to your replay, take control of your character, and find the anti-air that works for you. Spacing is next. I notice a lot of top ranked players play neutral around the distance of a jump arc. You can eyeball this, but they stay at about the edge of the jump arc. A good rule of thumb is, if they can jump over you, you're too close. If they jump with whiff, you're too far. You're trying to keep yourself just beneath where they would land if they jump at you, so that if they do jump, they land right on top of your anti-air. This distance also keeps you just outside of most characters' attack ranges, but close enough to still punish them on their recovery from whatever attacks they might throw out in neutral. The few moves that can actually reach you at this range, they're usually quite punishable. You can block them and then punish. Notice here how even though Mai has Blanka cornered, she still stays at about that jump arc range. This is so that Blanka can't just jump out of the corner. If Blanka tries to jump, Mai's just going to anti-air and send them right back into the corner. Remember the rule of thumb: if they can jump over you, you're too close. now we move on to the third technique, which is the input buffer. What you're looking for with your character is a special cancelable normal that's also kind of fast. For most of us, that's going to be crouch medium or assist medium. If you pay attention to this match, practically every time you see one of these two high-ranked players connect with a random medium and instantly cancel into a drive rush combo, that initial medium was buffered with the drive rush input. For classic players, this is done by using the classic input for drive rush or a special move right after they press the medium button. This causes that medium or crouch medium, whichever they used, to instantly cancel into a drive rush or special, whichever input they put in, on hit or on block. On whiff, it does nothing. The crouch medium just comes out, but the buffer only comes into play if your attack connects with something. It's a similar concept to how on Modern we can just mash our light assist combo, and the special move at the end of that light assist combo only comes out if our light attacks are actually hitting our opponent. On Modern, buffering is easier than Classic because we can input buffer with one button for the same effect as Classic users. Watch my inputs on screen. You see how after down medium, I'm tapping the drive parry button but nothing's coming out? Now watch that same input on hit. And you can also do this with the special button. On whiff, nothing comes out, just like the drive rush, but on hit, you get the special after your medium. This is how the pros are getting those big combos off of seemingly random crouch mediums that they throw out in neutral. So we talked about anti-airs, spacing, and buffering. Now we need a way to put it all together and practice those concepts. You could set up a dummy and do drills in a training room, but I'd like to recommend a much more fun way to practice those concepts. Extreme Battle. In the fighting grounds, you can use Extreme Battle even if you're playing alone. I like to use Extreme Battle mode to practice with rules and regulations. You can add in whatever gimmick you want. The gimmick is just a bit of added fun to have the bull charging around, or the shock device electrocuting the middle third of the screen, or even the little bomb man falling down. I think the bomb man is from Mega Man, probably. I'm almost certain he's from Mega Man. But the point of rules and regulations is that the game gives you 4 objectives, like land a special move, or land an overdrive attack, or don't take damage for 7 seconds. Little things like that. This is your opportunity to practice your neutral against a live opponent, but in a low stakes and fun way. The reason I recommend Extreme Battle over just playing a normal match, aside from the fun factor, Extreme Battle simplifies your defense by only giving you 4 threats to watch out for at any given time. You don't need to watch out for everything all at once like in a normal match. Just your opponent's 4 objectives. This frees up more of your brain power to focus on practicing your neutral in an actual match. I know this is a bizarre way to punish that super, but I needed to land a command throw, and that was basically guaranteed right there. I tried to highlight parts of the match where I was deliberately trying to practice my neutral, like I'm trying to space here to make it easier to land parry, and at round start I input buffered my crouch medium into that drive rush combo. So you see how you can use this mode to practice your neutral. You don't have to be perfect at it, just try to be as consistent as you can while remembering to have fun with modern controls. So you've seen my combo videos, my drive rush tips, and now I've added some neutral tips so that we can get closer to playing like the pros with modern controls. If you want more modern controls guides, check out my playlist here. And for everyone in the future who's going to purchase this game on Switch too, welcome to Street Fighter 6.
You told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away.